The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Mayfield to throw it. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you got a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or lights out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. They'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Set, 20. Silver. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing to 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Say. General West. Switch.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
A gain of 16 yards.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots.
Now Mayfield lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
Here we go, again.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And look at this, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Check 26, check 26. Quarter. Check. Hey, foxtrot.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Take 4.
On 1st and 10 is counter. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
50. Hey, wahoo! Mike 51.
From the 41, Roethlisberger, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Roethlisberger will throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go. Blue 30. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Rip left. Check 31.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, I'm coming after you. Watch safety creep. Man. Snicker. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Joe Schobert came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Watch the run. Check 50.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. He's been the forgotten man in this 1st half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football. Incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And Boswell's kick is good. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, check right. Hey, let's go. What we got, bud?
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Mayfield. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Looking deep downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Intercepted by the Browns. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Good. 180. King. Alert, 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 alert. 52.
Following the interception, Mayfield going for it all. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run with Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb in the final seconds of the first half. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in a tight two-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. They were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes it can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Come. Six guard. Check six guard. Switch. Alert.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 49. Check safety.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger going deep to the end zone for Juju. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll take a shot for the end zone. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
They come out here in the I.
44. I got him. Check three. No bell. Check. No.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A quick throw complete to Washington. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch the pass. Here we go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Roethlisberger Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. James Washington with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
55, right there in the maze. Alert. You draw quarter.
Mayfield now, escaping the pressure right. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Get him. Kill.
They'll try the draw now with Chubb, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. To throw, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Now, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
Hey, on 133.
Mayfield on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Chubb down to the 25. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And again, it's Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. 4th down, Mayfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
A very costly holding penalty. It backs them up all the way inside their 10 to start this drive. A give running right is countered. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
All day, every day. Hey, Charlie. 53. Mike. Come on, D. Watch the safety creep. Wall, break.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Let's go. Show that bench release and go. Number 53, Mike 53. Too low.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's into the clear. Past the 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, 97 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for the Browns. 56 yards. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Browns on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Mayfield. Forced out to his left. And he'll find Hall. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Cameron Hayward, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Mayfield to throw it. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. He wants it all for the end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
Yeah, at the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he takes this one in for a Browns score. Kareem Hunt, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Here we go. The Browns will go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. So here we go with the onside kick. They'll need a recovery and a touchdown. A field goal does them no good. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Watch the whip. Hey, watch it, watch it.
This is Connor running right. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
Let's go. At their own 36-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
I got you, Pop. Pistol. King. What's that?
Mayfield looks to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are back within a single score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Bang, 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 bang.
On first down, Connor, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Slam. Shit. 25. Snickers, got spin.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Switch. 36.
Again, it's Connor. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Again, a run with Connor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Jim. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Now a give right side. It's Connor, and he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Alert. Showing it. Check three.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.